Welcome to The Explainer. Today we are diving deep into Daniel Kahneman's masterpiece, Thinking Fast and Slow. We're going to meet the two, let's call them characters, who are constantly running the show inside your head. You might not know them by name just yet, but trust me, you'll soon see how their constant tug of war pretty much dictates every decision you make.
You knew that instantly, didn't you? Angry, of course. You didn't have to think about it, you didn't analyze her features or run through some kind of mental checklist. The answer just appeared. It was automatic, totally effortless. That, right there, was fast thinking.
Whoa. Feel that? A completely different experience, right? Your mind had to deliberately engage. You might have pictured the numbers in your head. Your pupils probably dilated a little, and you could feel that mental strain. That's slow thinking.
What you just went through, those two totally different modes of thinking, well, those are the two main characters that live inside your mind. Kahneman gives them simple names, System 1 and System 2. They're the stars of our show today, and figuring out how they work together is the key to understanding, well, how we think. All right, first up, let's meet the character who recognized that angry face in a flash. This is the automatic, intuitive, and lightning-fast System 1.
So System 1 is pretty much running the show most of the time. You can think of it as your mind's automatic pilot. It's what lets you do things like drive a car on an empty road, understand simple sentences, or know that 2 + 2 = 4. It's this constant, silent engine that's always making sense of the world for you, with basically zero effort on your part.
Think of System 1 as your gut reaction. It's this impulsive hero, always trying to build a coherent story out of what's happening based on feelings and first impressions. It's incredibly efficient, for sure, but, and this is a huge but, it's also prone to making some very predictable mistakes.
Okay, now let's turn to the other character, the one you had to wake up from its nap for that math problem. This is the effortful, deliberate, and sometimes, let's be honest, lazy System 2. System 2 is the part of your mind that you identify as I or me. It's your conscious self, the one that deliberates, makes choices, solves tricky problems, and has to really focus its attention. It's who you are when you're really concentrating.
So, unlike that impulsive System 1, System 2 is careful, it's analytical, but it has one major weakness. It's lazy. It takes real energy to engage System 2, and frankly, it would much rather just let System 1 handle things whenever it can get away with it.
And this isn't just some metaphor. When you get into some serious mental effort, your body literally responds, your pupils widen, your muscles get tense, your heart rate actually goes up. Thinking hard is real physical work. In fact, it can lead to what's known as ego depletion. Your well of self-control is a limited resource that can actually get used up.
Oh, and by the way, the answer is 408. To get there, your System 2 had to follow a set of rules, it had to hold information in memory, and go step by step. It couldn't just jump to the answer, not like System 1 did with the woman's face.
But here's where the real drama kicks in. It isn't about these two systems working alone. It's all about their interaction, and specifically how the fast, impulsive hero can so often mislead the slow, lazy thinker.
So here's the dynamic. System 1 is on 24/7, constantly generating suggestions, intuitions, feelings. System 2 is meant to be the lazy controller, the one whose job is to step in and double-check. The problem is System 2 often just accepts whatever System 1 suggests without question, all just to save a little bit of energy.
Let's see this in action. It's a classic. Take a look. Your System 1 is absolutely screaming that the bottom line is longer. It doesn't feel like a suggestion. It feels like an obvious fact. You see it as longer.
But here's the crazy part. Even after you measure the lines, and your System 2 knows for a fact that they're the same length, your System 1 can't help itself. It still sees them as different. This is what's called a cognitive illusion. It's an illusion of thought that's just as powerful as a visual one. Your gut feeling is so strong, it can completely overrule what you know for a fact is true.
So why is our fast-thinking System 1 so easily fooled? Well, it comes down to one of the biggest ideas in this work, and it's abbreviated as WSIAT.
So here's the crucial point. System 1 is a master storyteller, but it can only use the information it has right in front of it. It never stops to ask, hey, what information might I be missing here? It just jumps to conclusions based on the limited evidence it sees. For example, you read a headline about some celebrity scandal, and bam! Your System 1 instantly forms a judgment without ever considering the context, the source, or what details might be missing from the story.
Understanding this whole dance between System 1 and System 2 isn't just some fun psychological exercise. It actually gives us a powerful new vocabulary for understanding ourselves and hopefully making better decisions.
By thinking in terms of System 1 and System 2, we can start to spot these cognitive illusions in our own lives. We can recognize when we're jumping to conclusions or when our lazy System 2 needs to step in and do some real work. It helps us know when to trust our intuition and when to be deeply skeptical of it.
And the goal here isn't just to spot these errors in ourselves, but to get better at talking about them with other people. Having a shared language for these biases, being able to say, hey, I think my System 1 is jumping to conclusions here, can make our conversations at the office and at home so much smarter. It makes us all better thinkers.
So, as we wrap up, think about that for a second. Is your quick, intuitive System 1 just soaking this all in? Or is your deliberate System 2 engaged, analyzing and questioning what you're hearing? The answer just might tell you more than you think.